Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to
Welcome
Book
back to
Club.
Book Club. We're really tired.
Yeah.
My allergies are shit. We just woke up.
But we're doing
But
it.
we're doing this because today we're talking about what you know about Ana Huang.
What y'all know about the Twisted series?
What y'all know about the Twisted series. Because that's what we're talking about today. All four. Because they're all connected.
Yeah.
So you have to talk about all four.
Technically, they are standalones. Like, they're their own stories.
Yes. But they're all
But it's
interconnected.
a friend group.
Yeah. 4 girls, 4 guys.
Which is crazy, first of all.
And delicious.
Yum.
Yum. So that's what we're going over. We're going to go book by book and try to not make this 7 hours long.
Yeah.
So if you haven't read these, go read them. Because
obviously, we're going to say a lot.
They'll rock your world. And there's so many spoilers in here. So many. So go read it. Then come back. You won't regret it.
Yeah.
That being said,
welcome to Book Club.
Welcome to Book Club.
Hey, what's up?
Ready for book club?
I am obsessed.
This is the worst.
What do you mean?
What? No, idiot.
Welcome to book club.
Welcome to Book Club.
Okay, by the way, everybody, these books contain lots of topics of SA, of murder, of unaliving yourselves, lots of that. These books are traumatic. There's lots of trauma happening in these books.
Yeah.
So, if those are sensitive, stalking,
kidnapping. So,
if those are
sensitive topics.
Subjects. If you're not chill with that,
don't watch this episode.
No harm, no foul. Come back next week.
Yeah.
Love you. Okay, so we're starting with Twisted Love, the first one in the series. And this one is the smallest book, but it's so cute. It's so cute, and I love it. So, we're going to read the back. Why are you staring at me?
Fuck! My bad. I won't look at you then.
Also, one thing I have to say before we get into these books are fucking filthy.
They're also like certified fucking insane.
They're crazy and they are filthy. I had not, up until this point, I had not read a book that was like truly just a romance. And I got to some of the scenes. There's lots of spice in these books, like a lot.
I read these before I read ACOTAR, and I think that's why when people are like, "Oh my god, ACOTAR is so spicy," and I read ACOTAR, and I was like, "Brother,
if you read these, ACOTAR is like child's play."
Yeah, there was like 2 sex scenes. The fuck you mean ACOTAR is spicy?
So descriptive, and especially with these men are kind of fucked up. And, like, they need therapy really bad, and
Alex especially,
and it shows. Yeah, what the fuck's on my book? Do you see that? There's crusties on it. What is that?
Ew.
Yuck. Fuck my book. Yuck. Okay, anyways, Alex Volkov is a devil blessed with the face of an angel and cursed with a past he can't escape. Driven by a tragedy that has haunted him for most of his life, his ruthless pursuits for success and vengeance leave little room for matters of the heart. But when he's forced to look after his best friend's little sister, he starts to feel something in his chest. A crack, a melt, a fire that could end his world as he knew it. Ava Chen is a free spirit trapped by nightmares of a childhood she can't remember. But despite her broken past, she never stopped seeing the beauty in the world, including the heart beneath the icy exterior of a man she shouldn't want, her brother's best friend, her neighbor, her savior, and her downfall. Theirs is a love that was never supposed to happen, but when it does, it unleashes secrets that could destroy them both and everything they hold dear. And I wish that was a fucking exaggeration.
Okay, also, can we just very quickly, when it says that he's driven by a tragedy, the tragedy is not getting his heart broken in 8th grade.
Yes,
real tragedy. The tragedy is watching his family get actually fucking murdered.
Yes.
So, like...
And Ava's tragedy that she can't remember is that her father is a sociopath and literally tried to murder her.
But she thinks the whole book that her mother tried to murder her.
That it was her mother because he framed their mother.
Yeah.
Literally, okay... You have to read these books because just explaining it sounds crazy.
No, it actually sounds
If you're this far in the podcast and you haven't read the book, bro,
fuck you.
fucking chill. Go read the book.
Go read it.
But basically, the plot twist is that Alex is crazy and thinks that the person who murdered his family is the parents of Ava, who is the little sister of his best friend, Josh. So Josh and Ava, Josh's book is the third one in the series. Their dad, Alex thinks their dad killed his parents. And
you explained that so crazy.
Did I?
You could have just said Alex and Ava, the main characters. He thinks Ava's parents murdered his family. You explained that so fucking wildly.
I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Alex and Josh, his is the third book. He also...
Okay, whatever. That's the plot twist. So we all know that. We've all read it here, okay? Let's go through some of these. The shit that gets crazy is that Ava and her little friend group, Jules, Stella, and Bridget, the beginning of the book basically starts with her brother has asked Alex if he will keep an eye on Ava while he's gone for a year, who knows what doctor shit. And Alex is like this super rich, grumpy butthole. And he's like, yeah, he moves in next door to Ava to keep an eye on her. And all of Ava's friends are like, dude, he's a fucking robot. He doesn't feel emotions. We have to try to play a game to show his emotions. So they're like, Ava, here's what you have to do. And Ava's this like sweet little positive, happy little sunshine. That's what he ends up calling her, is Sunshine. Okay.
That's my bad.
And so she's like going over, she like tries to make him jealous. She tries to make him angry. She tries to literally make him laugh. Nothing. She tries to surprise him. I don't remember how they do it, but they try to fucking surprise him. And it literally doesn't work. And then they're like, and Jules is the girl in the friend group who like loves to stir the pot. She's like, well, now you could try to make him jealous. And so that's a lot easier because he's down bad for Ava. He won't fucking admit it, but he is down bad for her. And I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
I don't remember this book at all.
Yeah, I just finished these books. Maddie read these long
I read
time
these like 9 months ago.
before me, and I just finished them. But I'm just flipping to
Ew.
my notes. I know.
Yuck.
This book gets so fucking filthy.
What page is this on?
This is
70.
Page 70 pages in, and he says,
That's not a sex scene.
no, it's not. But
Oh.
it's like an innuendo, because she decides to go to his house for like a movie night or whatever.
Oh.
And something happens and she like gets on top of him. And I highlighted those rose tinted glasses look good on you, Sunshine, because this is the first time he calls her Sunshine. Because he's basically making fun of her for like having
for being happy to be alive.
happy to be alive and for having a good outlook on the world and trying to be positive. And he's kind of an asshole. And she's already into him. And then he literally says, she's sitting on top of him and says, I feel it dripping all over me. And she goes, wait, what? She's basically like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And what does he say? Where is it? He starts laughing at her because he's like, she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, and he says, I'm talking about your bleeding heart. What did you think I was talking about? Because he's making a joke about her being like too loving or whatever. I guess at this time I thought that was really hot, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's kind of fucking gross. Because I wrote Lord Almighty next to it. I'm sick in the head.
I don't remember anything in this book.
Yeah. But basically that's all that happens. It's like a whole lot of...
There's so much fucking... I mean, maybe there's not because this book is actually really short.
Yeah.
But I remember reading it being like, oh my God, can these two fuck already? Like, damn,
Yeah.
there was so much tension for so long. And then when they finally do fuck,
It's kind of crazy.
To me, okay. Alex gives. I think this is why I didn't like. After reading all of the other ones, Alex is definitely not my favorite. Alex gives what's his face, Christian Grey from fucking 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah, he is a billionaire, so that would track.
And the way the sex is described, I'm like, there's no way that's fun.
Yeah. Basically this book is a lot.
We haven't read 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
We only watched the movies as prepubescent 16-year-olds, which was like probably
bad.
not great for our developing minds.
But this book is a lot of like Alex and Ava become friends first. Like they genuinely become friends. And then she's like, I have this fear of drowning because my mother wasn't her mother, it was actually her father, tried to fucking drown her ass at 5 years old. So she's very afraid of water. So he starts teaching her how to swim and how to not be afraid of water. And then meanwhile, they start falling in love. And then they run into this girl that Alex had been sleeping with. And she's like, you don't know what he likes. And gets really pompous. And shoves Ava into a fucking pool. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I do remember that.
And Alex shows up and he's like, where is she? And she's like, she fucking went home. And he's thinking she's dead in the pool. They just left her there. All these men in these books are
Didn't one of her
psycho.
friends have to pull her out?
Jules
like, wasn't it
did.
Jules?
Yeah. Jules comes in clutch kind of all the time.
Jules is the
I can't
best
get to her,
character
but-
in the series, possibly.
Yes, I would agree. But then the first time they have sex, it's after she's like, okay, she tells Alex, I'm ready to try to put my head underwater and like actually swim. Like I don't ever want to feel like helpless again or something. So they go to the pool. She goes underwater, blacks out, has a panic attack, and she's sobbing and crying in this hotel because they're at a hotel pool or whatever.
That's the first time they do it.
And he's like, calm down, everything's okay. She calms down and she's like, hey, that bitch I was talking to that shoved me in the pool said that you like to have rough sex. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he does. He's like weird. I don't like the way Alex has sex.
He softens up a little.
I don't like it.
And then
I don't like
basically like no eye contact. They don't look at each other.
it. Ugh,
He's
gross.
really aggressive. And so then she's like, what if I'm into that? And then like he books the fucking penthouse and they go have sex for 3 days straight. And you get like 3.5 fucking chapters on it.
Yeah.
And it goes crazy. But then they are actually officially dating. They do some more freaky shit. And then we find out because Ava and one of the other girls in the group get fucking kidnapped by Alex's only living relative, his uncle. And Alex is like, what the fuck is going on? Why is my girlfriend and her friend kidnapped? And the uncle's like, meh.
This is also when we get introduced to the best boyfriend, Reese.
The bodyguard. The friend that gets kidnapped alongside Ava
Is Bridget.
and
Who's a
she's
princess.
and she's royalty. She's a princess, so she is a bodyguard, and that's her story. But basically, the uncle is like,
I'm going to kill her.
I'm going to kill her because actually I killed your family. I killed my own brother and your father and your mother and your sister. And it's actually my fault they're dead. And then he was like, oh, Alex is like, well, I've planned my entire life. The only reason I'm friends with Josh is because I orchestrated us being roommates in college.
Because he was going to use this as like a revenge.
His family.
He was using them
to kill his family's murderer.
Yeah.
And
Josh's dad.
And so then he
who
was,
is a piece of shit,
yes,
but for other reasons.
so then he's like, oh fuck, well I actually, and this is this kid's best friend. Like Josh was like, you're my best friend though, and he's like, well yes, you're my best friend, but I was gonna try to murder your whole family, or at least your dad. And so, but then we find out that it was actually his own uncle that did all this, framed Josh's dad. And
meanwhile, while all of this is happening, Ava and fucking Bridget
Or
specifically
kidnapped.
are being tortured.
Yeah.
And Alex is sitting there being like, yeah, you mean nothing to me, girl. You actually don't mean shit to me, bitch.
Yeah, but he was doing that so that his uncle didn't shoot them right there in the face.
Yeah. But still,
But Ava,
even after, like, when everything is all said and done, and
because
Alex
obviously
says,
after they get kidnapped and they're in this little thing, Alex kills his fucking uncle, and he's like, "Fuck
very
you." But
gruesomely,
Ava now knows that everything Alex has done, a little part of it
was
has been
fake.
orchestrated or fake,
and so
or a
she
plan
asks,
for revenge.
she's like, hey, do you, like, not like me? And he's like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he literally is like, "Actually, no, I don't like you," but he says it to like protect her or something.
That trope.
I hate that trope.
I hate that trope. You're better without me.
Shut up.
Maybe just be better.
Yeah.
There's a thought. Just
Literally.
do better.
And so they break up, and there's a fucking time jump. They break up for like 3 months. Ava's a photographer. She gets a job in London. All these books take place in DC. She gets a job in London, goes to London, is there for a few months. Alex's bitch ass is like, I've got to get her back. I fucked up bad, and I've got to get her back. And so he follows her to London. And then there's a time jump. He spends a year in London. He sells his company. He gets it back. But originally for the year, he sells his company to go. He takes her to and from class every single day, hangs outside her apartment.
He stalks her.
But she knows he's there. And he's basically like, I'm going to win you back. And we're going to fall back in love. And then the craziest part of this whole ass book that Maddie didn't even remember is she goes to this gala. All right. She's got pictures in this art gallery, photo gallery, whatever. And it's like a whole event. He gets up on the fucking stage and he sings for her.
No.
He fucking sings. I have to find it.
I don't like that. I hate it, actually.
Okay. I wrote, yeah. He said, I'm not famous for my patronage of the art or my singing skills. And then he starts fucking singing. And she said, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I said,
No,
it's
it's not.
giving 10 Things I Hate About You. Have you seen that rom-com?
No.
Okay. Well, if you've seen it, you understand what I'm saying. It's giving that. Where he's like singing down the bleachers. Heath Ledger is like singing down the bleachers in high school. Yeah.
No.
We have to watch it then. It's really funny.
No, I
But then
hate
he starts
that.
fucking singing. And then the extra scene we get, all these books have like an extra bonus scene at the end. And, I guess that one's about Bridget and Reese. This was the only one that's not about them, I guess. I don't really know. But it's always like a wild sex scene at the very end about something that they're doing that's freaky. But yeah, this book on its own goes fucking crazy. Alex is kind of insane. I know he's not your favorite, but he was not my favorite here. Go to GoodReads and read my review. Because as I was reading these, I was leaving GoodReads.
He does get better.
He gets better, and he comes in clutch a lot in the next few
Yes,
books.
because he is certified insane and will
Yes.
blackmail anybody.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. What's my little review of this one?
What the hell?
Just go to followers.
I am.
Follow us on GoodReads. I'm just saying, so you can read along with us. We actively update this while we're reading books.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, show me the books.
You have to do updates, babe.
Okay. I am looking. Where is it?
Well, it's after all of these because you read.
Well, I scrolled down and it stopped.
I don't know, honey. I think it only shows updates from the last month. GoodReads hasn't been like revamped since 2006.
Literally. Oh, no, that's Twisted Lies.
Yeah.
I want Twisted Love.
Girl.
Sorry.
You're fucking killing me. Jesus Christ.
I can't find it.
Okay, Twisted Love. You said filthy. A little cliche, and I ate it up the whole way through. Only reason I gave it 4 stars is because I liked some of the other characters better than Ava and Alex, so I know those will be 5 stars.
Okay, there we go. That's Twisted Love. let's move on to Twisted Games.
Woo! Yeah! Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah.
I fucking love this goddamn book. I fucking love this book. The trope in this, amazing. The man in this, amazing. The girl, a princess.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Ana Huang really fucking ate with this book. I would read this shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Something about a bitch being a princess. Me too. Me too.
Yeah. So this book starts with, like we said in Twisted Love, Bridget gets kidnapped with Ava. So it starts with like a time jump back to that because her bodyguard, she gets a new bodyguard, right?
And his name is Reese.
And his name is Reese, and he's hot. But they don't get along at all. She thinks Reese is an asshole.
Because
He kind of is. All the men in these books are kind of assholes for a little bit.
yeah.
But it's fine because they get to be not assholes. But basically it goes back to like their reactions there. Reese being like, the reason that Bridget got kidnapped was because she
didn't listen.
She didn't listen to Reese when he was like, you
don't
don't
need to go to this concert.
You don't need to go to a concert. You're not aware enough. You are a princess and you're going to get fucking killed or kidnapped. And she's like, no, I'm not. You're being controlling. And then she goes out, sneaks out because he lives with her. She sneaks out one night to go to this concert with Ava and they get kidnapped. So she's like, all right, fine. I'll fucking listen to you. And I genuinely don't even remember what happens before they have to go back to Eldora, which is the country that she's the princess of.
Yeah, she's the princess of...
Oh, I remember.
She's the princess of Germany.
Oh,
This bitch is German.
okay. Fair.
Eldor is not a real place.
Yes, I know.
But in my head,
It's giving Princess
Germany.
Diaries.
It's Germany.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that not the vibe you got?
No, I was getting like Princess Diaries, like something like Genovia. Like,
Which is also fake.
yes, I know, but it's inspired by like Italian/Spanish countries.
I have not seen the Princess Diaries since I was like 2.
That's a crime.
Sorry.
But anyways, I remember what happens. So Bridget has an older brother who is in line for the throne, which is why Bridget could go to DC and go to college there and like have kind of a normal-ish life. Her older brother falls in love with a fucking normie, a flight attendant, and you can't. It's very Princess Diaries. You can't like marry into the kingdom or whatever if you're not also royalty. So
Which is like really incestual.
Yeah, so he pulls
Why did they do
a
that?
Meghan and Harry situation, the British royal family, and they are like, we're out. We're not royals anymore. Which puts Bridget in line for the throne. So she's like, fuck, all of my freedom, everything I like about being in New York /DC, being with my friends, I have to go back and run a country now? Are you kidding? And Reese is like, all right, okay, I guess you are. There's crazy tension between them already for 2 years. He's her bodyguard for 2 years before my light went out.
Oh no.
Let's just keep filming. It's just going to be dark. It's not
Oh,
that
no.
dark.
Here, let me go see how it looks.
Okay. I hate everything. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, he is her bodyguard for 2 years before she gets called back to her country to
Is
run
it really 2 years?
Yes. 2 years.
The
And they don't fuck one time. But she also doesn't, like, every time she goes on a date, he gets pissed. But he basically follows her back to Eldora. And she's, like, trying to train to be a fucking princess.
A queen.
Or, yeah, a queen. And they're like, yeah, actually, to be a queen, you need to be married. So now she's going to have to get arranged married to some fucker named Stefan.
Hey, I kind of liked Stefan.
He was a sweetie guy, but he wasn't Reese. Okay?
Well, nobody is Reese.
And, like, I remember the scene where she's on, like, a little date with Stefan, but Reese obviously has to go. He's the bodyguard. And I don't know if they've already kissed at this point. Oh, they did.
Yeah, because
had the
before
bucket
they go
list.
back, before she goes back, she creates this like bucket list.
I forgot.
And she's like horny as hell on Maine. And
Well, I don't even remember the first two, but one of them was like, I want to go on a vacation where like nobody knows me. It doesn't matter who I am. He takes her to his friend's house in Costa Rica. It's a mansion.
To Christian's house.
Oh, it is Christian's house.
Yeah.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Okay, yeah, she takes to their friend, another guy in the friend group, whatever. He's his last book. And they go there, and he like nobody knows her. It's a super fun beachy vacation. And then the fourth thing on her bucket list.
Is it not get railed?
No, it's have an orgasm by somebody who's not me. Like
yeah, so get railed. Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, not necessarily. She didn't specify. All she said was, I just want somebody to get me off. And so Reese does that after giving Bridget his whole backstory about how he's from an abusive mother and his whole crazy upbringing. And then he was like a Navy SEAL. And then she's like, okay, yeah, could you get me off now?
Is that really how it happened?
Kind of, yeah. And then he does, and she's like, okay, now can we fuck? And he's like, no. And the next morning, he acts like nothing ever fucking happened. And it's infuriating.
Reese is the best.
No!
I love Reese. Nobody could make me hate Reese and Bridget.
But anyways, backtrack to when she's on, now she's in Eldora. She's arranged to date this guy, Stefan. And she's also messing around with her weird, creepy cousin who's trying to get to the throne, we think.
She's not fucking around with him. Oh my God.
No, she's not having sex with him. But she's like having to deal with his bullshit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Everyone thinks he's trying to get the throne and that she's not fit. But she's like, no, I think I can do this.
Are they not fucking this entire time?
No.
Hmm.
And so then she's like, you know what? I'm going to be a good queen. And Reese is like, all right, yeah, you're going to be a good queen. But what they are doing is they're freaking it. Like they're doing other shit. They're just not fucking.
Oh.
They have a couple of kisses, I think. And then she goes on a tour of her country to like do some publicity shit. While she's on the publicity shit, then she's like, Reese, I'm about to get fucking married. Could you please get crazy right now? And so he's like, no, not here, not in this tiny British hotel room. Takes her to in the middle of the night.
I took her to my gazebo and I freaked it. Brother.
I took her to my gazebo and in the middle of the night, he carries her to a fucking a broken down, abandoned gazebo.
Is that how is it broken down? Is that fact?
I mean, it's not in use. People don't use it. It's in somebody's fucking field. And it's thunderstorming, and he's like, this is a good place to fuck. They fuck there. I'm scared they're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
And it's really stressful. And then they go back, and then after that, then they start having sex all over the castle. And it scares me so bad.
That was pissing me off bad.
Like, there's one scene where she's literally in the fucking throne room. And it's a giant room. They don't lock the door.
Yeah, it's not giving Xaden and Violet throne room.
No,
it's giving, we left the door open.
And we're risking this shit. And she's getting eaten out in the throne.
Yuck.
And she's moaning, and it's like echoing. And like the servants aren't fucking hearing this shit. Are you kidding me? It was so stressful. And in her office, and her friend's like, "Can I come in? Can I come in?" And they're literally fucking on the desk.
Ugh.
And then this is a good part. They're at a ball, and she is like dancing with Stefan or something. And this is after her little date with Stefan, where she kisses him in front of Reese.
And Stefan also has a little girl.
Stefan also has a little girl, but he's getting ready to marry Bridget. He would do it for the royalty of it. I don't know. But she's a kiss Stefan, and Reese was like fuming about it. And so then they're at this little ball, and she's like, gotta get out of here. And so Reese is like, follow me, and he's being a grumpy grump. And goes into this, they're at their friends. Oh, yeah, they're at his brother's fucking wedding. Because she's a bridesmaid, remember? And he goes into this room. And it's like they're a library that's like not fully furnished yet, and whatever. Abandoned room, basically. They lock the door. And he makes her take off her bridesmaid dress.
Oh my God, yes.
And he says, crawl to me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I fucking loved that scene. Holy shit. Yeah, I love Reese Larson.
Yeah.
If you remember a few episodes back, there was a little game that we played and we ranked all of the book boyfriends that we've ever read. And I put Reese Larson above Reese, High Lord of the Night Court.
That's wrong.
No, it's fucking.
That's wrong.
No, it's not. No,
That's
it's
wrong.
not. Because Reese Larson would never lie to Bridget about the baby. Reese Larson would never, ever take away his woman's rights.
That's true.
Reese, High Lord of the Night Court, had some small dick energy.
Only a little bit. And Reese did too, okay? Because here's fucking what happened, right? So they're fucking in this room. A couple days later, Bridget gets an email of a video of them fucking in this library.
They were fucking.
And pictures of them. They go to a hotel at one point and they freak it for a whole weekend. And all of these pictures of them together, basically blackmailing. And it's like in the tabloids, Queen Bridget is dating her bodyguard. And she's like, fuck. And her grandpa, who's the king, has a fucking heart attack. Because he's so stressed out. These books are crazy. And then she's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm changing the laws. I want to marry him. Because Reese gets all pissy. She breaks up with him. He goes to get
he gets
drunk.
Fired.
He's never drank in his life because his mom was an alcoholic. He goes to a hotel in Eldora. He doesn't work for Bridget anymore. He's getting hammered. And then Christian
has to show up and is like, brother.
Because Christian owns the security company that Reese works for. And so Christian shows up and is like, you look terrible. And he's like, yeah, my heart's broken. And he's like.
And Christian's like, wow, fucking pussy.
You're embarrassing. How embarrassing for you to look like that and have your heart broken and be ugly and drunk.
And also have feelings.
And Reese is basically like, I'm going to fucking kill you, dude. Don't say one more damn ass thing. And then Christian just fucking leaves.
Moral of the story is, though, that they end up together because Bridget changes the law.
Yes.
And
she
they
changes the law.
And then they, like, immediately get married.
Yes.
Also, I like to ignore the fact that Reese is, like, I don't know, fucking 34.
He is old. Like 10 years older than her. But I don't think that's a big deal.
Well.
What? She talks about how it's hot.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not, I mean, it's a gap, but I don't think that that's that big of a deal.
How
are we feeling about an age gap?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about an age gap? Because
what's an age gap that at a certain point starts to make you uncomfortable or like you don't want to read their sex scenes?
It doesn't make me uncomfortable like that. But
yeah,
like,
it's not like that.
I don't like the fact that Reese is in his fucking 30s and she's like a child.
She's 26.
She's not 26.
Yes,
she's 24.
She's 26. That 2-year gap, she's 26.
Well, maybe that was my issue. Because I feel like once you're above 25, an age gap doesn't really...
Personally?
I don't really give a shit.
I think if you're above 21, it doesn't fucking matter.
Hell no. But you're telling me if you... Not reading. In real life, if you saw a 21-year-old woman, a girl, a child, essentially, and a 33-year-old man was like, hey, you wouldn't think that's weird? They are at such different stages in life. If you're a man and you're in your 30s and you're like preying on freshly 20-year-olds.
Okay, fresh 20 is different.
Fresh 21 is fresh
because
20s.
21, you can go into bars. You can do basically everything except rent a car. I can't even rent a car yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think it's that. If the man is like grown and established and functioning human being, and
why is he going after a college girl?
That's true. I don't know. I don't give a fuck, really. It's not that I'm like here for it. I just don't give a shit.
I think it's weird. I think it's weird. I ignore it for the sake of enjoying this book.
Genuinely, I don't care. I think as long as they're not a teenager, I really don't care.
Yeah, I am absolutely not reading about a fucking...
No.
I cannot... I've had enough of reading about 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's also, he buys her a cat.
A cat?
Reese, at the very end, he gets her a cat. Because she volunteers at the animal shelter and she's never been able to have a pet. And so he brings home her, it's the bonus chapter. He gets her a little cat.
Well, that's really fucking cute. That
Yeah.
just adds to my reasons that they're my favorite. This is my favorite one out of the whole series.
Okay, it's not my favorite. Next.
Next!
Twisted Hate. I loved this book. I loved this book. This one.
We gotta speed through these. We've already spent like 45 minutes.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Oh my God. We didn't even read the back of that one.
It doesn't matter because we don't even need to read the
You're
back.
right.
This one,
This one's about Josh, Ava's
and-
older brother from the first book.
Josh and Jules.
Jules, who is the hot redhead,
Yeah.
and she's a lawyer, and she's going to school to be a lawyer. Josh is
He's
going
a
to school to be a
doctor.
doctor.
He's in his residency.
Yeah. And he's cutie.
And they're enemies.
And they're enemies to lovers, and so they're having crazy hate sex.
Yeah.
And they strike a deal, and they're like, okay, well, we are really into each other, so let's just fuck, but we actually hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
They hate each other. They are always being mean to each other, whatever.
And Josh thinks Josh thinks Jules is a bad influence on Ava, and Jules thinks Josh is a pompous dick, which
He is.
he is.
He is. And so whatever. They spend a really long time just doing their little like
Hate
fuck
sex.
thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jules's creepy ex-boyfriend comes to town.
And she's getting blackmailed.
And she's getting blackmailed because Jules Ambrose is actually not Jules Ambrose. She's Jules Miller. And she's from Ohio. But when she moved to D.C.,
She changed her
she
name.
changed her name.
Because she has a crazy fucking backstory, and she used to like steal
She used
shit.
to be a criminal
and she
because
used to
her
be a
mom
little-
was jealous of her and kicked her out because her mom's new husband
Wanted to
tried to
fuck
fuck
her.
her. And that's not okay. And so she meets this guy in Ohio, of course, because what else do you do in Ohio? And they start stealing. And so she's a fucking criminal. They try to steal from her old stepdad because he's
Who's
rich. And he gets caught. And she
But she
doesn't.
gets away.
And she gets away.
He
He
goes
to
to
jail
jail.
for 7 years. And in that 7 years, she gets into Thayer University or whatever.
Yep. Goes to
Goes
school.
to DC, meets the friend group, and is going to become a lawyer. She's about to take the bar
Yeah.
exam, and he shows up, and he's like, hey, I have this video of
He's
you.
like, hey, remember when you were sucking my dick and slobbing on my knob? Yeah, I've got fucking
At
proof.
17?
Yeah, she really overreacted because I'd be like, yeah, release that shit.
Yeah.
Right. And child bitch.
Uh-huh.
That more jail time for you.
More jail time. And he's like, I need you to help steal this painting. Your little fuck buddy, Josh, has a painting in his apartment.
Which, can we talk about the fucking painting?
I'm picturing, like,
And it's Christian's painting.
no, it's his mother's painting.
Yes.
Yes. I am picturing this painting like baby food that's made of peas and carrots, and it's mushed up and it's swirled on there, and it's supposed to be modern art.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah. The painting
Magda
underlying story
Is
is
crazy.
fucking insane. And like just it's so bizarre.
Literally it's what ties all these books together. Because in the first book, Alex is like living in Josh's house, and he's like, this fucking painting is ugly. And Josh is like, nah, I like it. And then in the next book,
I forgot the fucking paintings in the first book too. You're right.
and in the second book, Reese is like, where the fuck does he have that painting? It's ugly. And they're all just insulting it. In this book, the painting actually comes into play, and his friend is like, or her ex is like, hey, I have to get this painting for these art people because it's worth a lot of money.
Which I think the art people ended up. Oh no, never mind. I'm just talking out my ass. Keep talking. I'm just saying things.
And they were like, oh, I got to get this for the art people. And she's like, fuck, I have to steal from my... And at this point, they've already decided that Jules and Josh have already decided they like each other. So they're actually dating. And yeah.
Oh.
They are. They're actually dating at this point. They just still have crazy hate sex, I guess. And she's like, I have to steal from my boyfriend. And they've already made it's very soon after they start dating. And
because she's a fucking for a lawyer, this bitch is stupid.
She's so stupid. And so she's
So
like,
she does
all right.
it.
So she steals the painting. And then she goes to Christian, who's the guy in the fourth book. He is her and Stella's, the other girl in the friend group, landlord. He owns the building that she lives in. And she knows that he helped Bridget out in the last book with some of those photos that leaked to the internet about her and Reese. She goes to Alex. Alex comes in clutch and is like, yeah, I know a guy in like security and tech. The guy is Christian. So now Jules goes to Christian and is like, help me out. I got to get this painting back. And now that we know that the painting has meaning, we understand why Christian helped. However, she does a whole scheme, robs her boyfriend, gets the painting, whatever. Fuckface gets lost. And she goes back to Josh and is like, hey, I robbed you. And it was actually me that broke into your house because he called the police. And she was like, it was actually me. And I lied about this painting. And here's my past. I'm actually a criminal. And he does the most fucked up thing I think I could ever imagine.
Yeah, this is why I didn't like Josh.
Yeah, this really, like, thinking about it hurts my stomach. He literally is like, I forgive you. And then face fucks her. And then has sex with her. And then as soon as she finishes, he goes, I lied. And then kicked her out.
Yeah, Jules is better than me because I would have killed him.
I would have killed him too. I would have killed him too. I can't believe he fucking did that.
Josh fucking sucked for that.
He sucked for that. And then Alex comes in clutch again and is like, you are a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She didn't tell you because she thought
you
were going to react.
Knew you were going to react like that.
And he literally goes, and how the fuck did you react?
Bad.
So then Josh gets a hold of her crazy ex, beats him to a pulp, and then they get back together and she passes the bar.
Yeah. Isn't there also like a...
And they do weird anal.
What?
They don't actually have anal, but he uses a butt plug.
Yuck.
Yeah. Yuck.
Isn't there also a... She gets a fucking concussion and shows up to his work.
Yeah.
And then he's like, who did this to you? Josh, you're a fucking doctor. Like, I'm sorry, Josh is such a fucking pussy compared to like he's a doctor.
No.
Yes,
pussy.
he is.
I don't know.
Brother, Christian is actually a sociopath.
Okay, yes.
Reese doesn't have a frontal lobe. He was in the Navy SEALs for too long.
Yes, very true. Alex is psycho as well.
Is actually psycho. Josh is just like, I'm smart.
I'm a doctor.
And he's like, who did this to you?
Jules
Brother.
gets pushed down the stairs by her ex-boyfriend and gets a fucking concussion. Josh is an ER doctor, so Jules shows up in the fucking ER and he's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's them. Actually, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't like Josh.
Josh is kind of a fucking piece of shit. Looking back
I
on
will
it.
go to the last one. I think Christian's my favorite.
Christian's a sociopath.
He's my favorite.
Next. Okay.
Twisted
Twisted Lies. I will say the only thing about this book that like made me so pissed off was that we don't get a sex scene until like here.
Oh my God, it was infuriating. But
Bro.
This one
Also,
Stella is the last girl in the friend group. She's not my favorite girl.
She's not relatable
but Christian
at all.
I don't think so at all, but
her anxiety is relatable.
Yes. Christian is my favorite man in the group. Which I don't know what that says about me because he kills people.
Not only does he kill people, he's there. We get a straight up torture scene, chapter maybe.
Yeah.
Where he's just like casually torturing someone.
I think it's really funny. But basically
I don't. I get like a little too like
I love it.
if my husband or boyfriend
Well, it's not real.
Yeah, but can you imagine they come home and they're like, yeah, I just tortured your stalker.
And I'd be like, yeah, but you would never torture
okay.
me.
I don't know. I just don't really trust the not functioning frontal cortex here.
Well, then none of these men are really for you, are they?
No, Reese is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He also has tortured and killed people.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. He was a fucking army person.
He
and
was
a
in the
security
Navy
guard.
SEALs.
And
He-
he
oh,
helped.
Whoa. Don't ever mix up the Navy and the Army. Never do that again.
He helped. He helped Josh. No, that was Alex. Alex and Josh beat that guy up.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Reese doesn't like casually just kill people.
my
I mean,
gosh.
he probably has, because he was
has.
in the military. But like, not all military branches be murdering.
Yeah, that's true. But I like Christian because
I like Christian too.
basically, so he's the landlord. Jules was roommates with Stella. Jules moves out to go live with Josh. So now it's just Jules living in this,
Stella
just Stella living in this super fancy apartment in DC.
and he already gave them like a discounted rent.
And she's like, I don't know why my landlord's so nice to me. I can't put the pieces together. And she's like, you're weird. But Stella is a social media star and a fashion blogger and is kind of a hot shot of the group. And I think she's cute. She's really nice.
She's really cute.
And she has a for real stalker. Like legitimately a for real fucking stalker. And so that's scary as shit. But, you know, at least Christian owns a security company. So that's good. Because basically her stalker shows up. And she's freaking out. And Christian's like, I got this. And he takes over. He doesn't make her pay for shit.
Yeah.
He's a fucking billionaire. And this book has a fake boyfriend trope. And I love fake dating tropes.
Yeah.
I love a fake dating trope. I think they're so fun. That's what The Love Hypothesis is. And by Allie Hazel, it's the first rom-com I ever read. Love it. I love it. Because she's like, all right, I'm trying to get a big girl job with this luxury brand. I want to get signed as their ambassador.
But she wants to hit 1 million followers.
She needs to, like, her social media has been a little dead for a while. And so she's like, well, if I get a boyfriend, that'll boost it. Because that's social media. And Christian's like, I'll be your boyfriend.
She also, like, doesn't she not post her face?
She doesn't post his face.
I thought she didn't post her face.
She posts
either.
her face. She doesn't post his face.
In the first few books, she didn't post her face.
Because she had a fucking stalker.
She still has a stalker.
Nah, she only posts his. She doesn't post his face. But his thing is like, oh, well, I'll be your fake boyfriend if you come with me to events and galas because I'm a billionaire and I go to a lot of those. And I need like somebody who's good at work in the room. So they have a fake dating trope. He basically, while this is happening, because she starts posting with a boyfriend, her stalker, who's been dead silent for 2 years,
Loses his mind.
shows back up, puts a note in her apartment. In her purse first, and then she finds one in her apartment. And so she's freaking out.
She's actually tweaking.
Because she has a stalker. He's in her apartment. And she doesn't know who he is. And Christian can't figure out who he is. And it gets fucking crazy. But then they start dating because they are doing their fake dating trope, whatever. And she gets her big girl job. She's an ambassador for this company.
And then she moves in with him.
She moves in with him because her stalker was in her apartment.
And she got scared.
And so then they move in together and they fall in love. And they start for real dating. He's going with her to photo shoots and he's being really supportive and he's being really loving and it's really cute. And Reese, meanwhile, is making fun of his bitch ass because he's like, heh heh.
Yeah, because the whole time.
You said you would never fall in love and you fell in love.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll literally shoot you right here, right now.
And then a fucking twist happens and Stella goes in his office and finds a whole like file of just like everything about her ever.
And her friends and her family from the past like 5 years.
Yeah. And she's like, what the fuck is that?
And he's like, no. It
and
was to
she
protect
also genuinely tweaks because she also, had a stalker.
has stalker trauma. And they
Yeah.
still haven't found the fucking stalker.
Also, her family like low-key sucks.
yeah, her family sucks. But
And she is the epitome of, but daddy, I love him.
yes.
Because her dad was
Christian.
like, who the fuck is this guy? And she was like, but daddy, I love him.
Yeah.
I'm having his baby.
No,
No, I'm not.
You should see
You
your
see
face.
face.
But basically, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you did the one thing that I have trauma from. I have a stalker, and now you're basically a stalker. So
And then she goes to Alex and Ava, and she's
Mhm.
like, Ava, help. And Ava's like, yeah, come on.
yeah.
I got you.
and
And then Christian shows up, and he's like, where the fuck is Stella?
And they're like,
and Ava's like, get
this
fucked.
tiny little girl's like, fuck you.
How about get fucked, mate?
And like she's posting up, and really
And-
Alex is behind her being the scary dog.
And well, because Christian is like, Ava, let me
if
in
you
right
don't
now.
do this, and
And Alex
don't
is like,
finish
whoa.
don't finish that sentence,
I
brother.
suggest maybe relax.
Yeah, don't speak on her like that. And he bursts into the room. He goes to talk to Stella, and he's like, I have this ring in my pocket. I saw you on the street 5 years ago, and you dropped this ring because you were given, some guy tried to rob you, and you turned around and you gave him the money anyways because you felt like he needed it more, and I had a horrible view of the world, and you had a good view of the world, and I couldn't understand why, so I kept this ring, and I followed you around, and then you showed up to my building that I owned, so I was like, yeah, you're gonna fucking live there, and then everything fell into place, and now we're in love. Please be with me.
And she
she's
says
like,
no.
no.
And then her stalker fucking whoops her
Kidnaps her
ass.
because Christian still he's paying a bodyguard to watch over Stella. She's like, the bodyguard can stay. You gotta go. He leaves. The bodyguard, keeps taking, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Keeping her
Speak on it, girl.
keeping Stella safe. And then one day, 2 weeks later, they're at a coffee shop.
And she's like, damn, I feel kind of shit. And her bodyguard's like, fuck me.
Me
I
too.
also feel kind of shit.
They
I gotta
get
go.
poisoned.
Yeah.
She gets knocked in the head with a gun.
And they take her.
And they take her to a cabin in the woods.
And then the fucking stalker turns out to be just some fucking loser from her class.
Yeah, some loser from her class that did an she was the ambassador for this brand. She does an interview for like a magazine. He was the interviewer. And he's like,
And he also was, he was
a student in
Yeah.
one class in her 4 years at college.
Yeah.
He was a student and was like, you don't remember me?
Yeah, he's a fucking
And he's
loser.
like, you are mine. You're mine. And she's like, I beg your finest pardon.
Yeah. And then she fucks him up. And
She bites a chunk out of his neck.
oh, yeah. Fuck, gross. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. But she's about to fucking die. And then Christian and his team come in. I don't even know how they fucking find his ass. But they do. And they go, but they don't kill him. They just keep him. And Christian's like, we're getting you home. Whatever. Stella realizes that when she was about to die, the only person she wanted to see was Christian. And so they get back together, which I loved because I love Christian.
Yeah, sorry. If I'm about to die, I'm not thinking about any man.
I would. Actually, I'd think about you first. And then secondly, then I'd think about man.
I mean,
but then
if I was about to die, if someone put a gun to my head, I wouldn't be able to do anything other than like see red. I'd be so fucking pissed off that I was in that situation in the first place. Like if I would be terrible to be kidnapped because if someone was like, be quiet or I'll shoot you, I'd be like, fucking shoot me then. I've had enough of this. I'm so mad. Let me go.
They get back together. Christian tortures the dude. But then as he's torturing him, he gets a text from Stella because Christian had been writing Stella letters while they were broken up. And it was all little piece of his childhood and like all these personal things. And she's like, oh, he's opening up to me. And so she's like, come home. He decides to stop torturing this dude, kills him, goes home. Happily ever after, right? Whatever. But what I want to talk about is the little discrepancies throughout the book where Christian's just unhinged. One thing happens. When he gets mad, he like cyber ruins somebody. When he gets, when he's upset, he goes to a list on his phone and he'll be like, I'm draining your bank account. I'm exposing you for infidelity. You're going to get arrested for child porn.
Honestly, pretty funny.
Hilarious. But there's one night where he's all pissed off. And he goes home. He sees there's some dude that he doesn't fucking like at this fancy rich person club. He basically is like, this guy's a dick and I hate him and he's in a bad mood. This guy goes home. He's tracking him. As soon as the guy gets out of the car, he blows his car up. And it's like, that was fun. And then they're at a gala. Some random dude assaults Stella, grabs her in the ass. And she's like, oh my God, Christian, we need to leave. Somebody just fucking assaulted me. And he's like, oh, I know who. She makes Stella point him out. The next day, calls in a meeting with this little creepy, greasy man. Stabs him in the hand. He's at the desk and he goes, what hand did you use to assault my girlfriend? And he stabs him. And then
he shoots him.
He's like, you're lucky that I don't fucking kill you right now. He's walking out the door and he goes, never mind.
Yeah.
Kills him. Kills him.
So that's the Twisted series.
That's the fucking Twisted series. And it goes crazy. And then we find out that the painting that's throughout all 4 books is actually Christian's mother painted it because his
mom and dad were like some weird off-brand Bonnie and Clyde, like Walmart version.
The reason that he doesn't believe in love is because his parents were super in love, but his dad was an art thief, and then he got caught and got shot. And so the mom makes a painting, puts a little note in there for Christian, and it's like, I love you, kills herself. I'm gonna have to fucking, I don't fucking bleep a lot of this shit.
Oh.
Whatever.
She unalives herself.
She unalives herself.
Shit.
And then he burns down all the paintings. And that's how it fucking ends.
Yeah.
This shit goes crazy.
And then we get like a bonus chapter at the end of Twisted Lies. And it's like Alex and Ava have a fucking kid. And
yeah. And Stella's pregnant. No, I want to read the last of my reviews. Okay. The one I had for Twisted Games was my kind of fairy tale princess story. It rounded everything off so well I'm obsessed. Now time for Twisted Hate. Twisted Hate. I love Josh so much. I've decided I don't. I take that back. But Alex also grew on me. They just keep getting better. And then Twisted Lies. Wow. Crazy Town, USA. I loved it, and I love morally gray men. So there's that. Now we have a fun little Would You Rather, and then we're going to wrap this shit up.
okay.
All right. Would you rather have Jules's ex or Stella's stalker? So Jules's ex is the one that was a criminal that blackmails her with a slobby knobby video. And Stella's stalker is a stalker who tries to murder her in a cabin in the woods.
I'm picking Jules's ex because I would never be that stupid. But also, I don't want a stalker.
A stalker is such an invasion of privacy. Like, her stalker specifically was in her home, was following her around for 2 years.
Also, the thought of, like, someone, like, I don't know.
Knowing where you are and you don't know who they are.
Yeah, or, like, a peeping Tom, like, someone's, like, watching me shower.
I think I would do Jules's ex because I would handle it way better than Jules.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I would definitely choose Jules's ex.
Because I would not want to have that stalker. Absolutely not. Okay.
Would you rather Ava or Jules's backstory? So Ava's fuck-ass parents, her mom tried to drown her, but then it was actually her dad, who's not actually her dad. Her dad ended up not being even her dad. And her dad kept trying to fucking kill her.
And the mom
and then goes
killed
to jail.
The mom overdose.
I think.
Yes, something happened.
And then Jules's backstory is really fucked. They were really poor. Her mom, like, was always competing with her. And then her mom fucked a rich guy and then got married to the rich guy. And then the rich guy wanted to fuck Jules, and then her mom kicked her out. And so then Jules had to become a criminal. And then she dated said really fucked up ex.
These are crazy. I think I would rather. I think I'd rather
Ava's backstory.
Because with Ava, at least Ava didn't do anything wrong.
I don't think Jules did anything wrong.
I mean, she was a criminal.
Well, because a man blackmailed her.
Yes. But also then, Ava, I've said this before. I would take murder over an essay anytime. Like, I would rather have somebody try to kill me.
No, dead ass.
Than try to attack
Assault
me.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'd go with Ava, because then I could be like, actually, you're not my dad. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of trauma still, but at least she's
and also
happy.
She had like a fine upbringing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, she was rich.
It really wasn't that stressful. Like, Jules like was actually homeless for a while, and
yeah.
like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really think that I would.
From a small town in Ohio.
I don't think I could vibe very well not having a home. I don't think the vibes would be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like maybe I wouldn't do very great.
I agree. Okay. Would you rather have Christian's backstory or Alex's backstory? So Alex, he watched his whole family get murdered. Turns out his uncle orchestrated the whole thing, and he lives his life on vengeance. Or Christian's backstory had a super, super loving family, and then they Bonnie and Clyde themselves. And then he's alone for the rest
I'm
of his
picking
life.
Christians.
I'm also picking
If I had to
Christians.
watch my fucking brother die,
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why I would actually never love anybody.
Yeah.
Because I would go.
I would also be like,
insane.
yeah, I'm gonna, whoever did this to my family, I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah. I could not. Honestly,
That's not true. I'd react like fucking Ava. I would be overly optimistic, and then I'd
Hell
break
no.
down, and I would lose my shit probably. I'm
Absolutely
being
not.
so fucking for real. That is how I would be. So I actually wouldn't do that, but I would admire you if you did, because I wish I could. Christians
I would be driven by
had-
pure hate.
Christian had loving parents, but they were shitty. They didn't love him enough to not, Bonnie and Clyde themselves.
Yeah.
And the art situation's weird.
It was just like bizarre.
The dad being like, I love you so much, I'm gonna steal art for you.
Yeah. What
Okay.
a weird.
It's giving weird, like,
What a weird thing to steal.
it's like a weird
too.
kink.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, it's dangerous.
Like, why not just go to the bank?
Now we're gonna fuck on this painting.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. I'm picking Christians though.
Yeah, I also would. Okay. Now, of the 4 books, pick your choice of the worst places they have sex. So I would say the worst place they have sex in the first book is, or not even just sex, it can be like get freaky, whatever they do, it doesn't
The
act.
fall festival.
In the first book, at the fall festival, Alex and Ava he like cuts his hand, or she cuts her hand or something, and they go to the little nurse's room, and there's a bathroom where she's like wrapping up his hand, his little tiny baby cut. And then he fucking
Eats her out.
he
no?
like fingers her or something, but then he
Also with a
jizzes-
bloody hand.
he
Yuck.
he jizzes on her legs, and she's
And
wearing,
then
like,
he rips her underwear, and then she has to go around pantyless.
and
for
he
the-
makes her walk around with his jizz on her
Okay,
under her
first of all,
dress.
I know that shit be dripping.
Ew! No, it dries eventually, I guess. And then it's like crusty.
No. I beg your finest fucking pardon.
Yeah, so like, when guys have like jerk off rags, and they're like, the joke is that they're like crunchy because they use the same rag. Or like a crusty sock.
I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be fucking sick.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I was just like imagining, does he wipe up a little of it?
Probably.
Like you can't just go around
He
like
probably just dabs, maybe.
like okay, hold on. This is about to get really graphic. But like if he jizzes and it's in a puddle.
Mm-hmm. Nah, because he's standing. It was probably like a. It's probably like a couple lines.
Yuck! But would it not drip? Why isn't it dripping?
Probably would, but if you sit there for like 2 minutes, it dries.
I'm gonna be sick. I'm gross. Okay.
So that's
the worst.
That's one of the bad places in
Twisted
Twisted
Games.
I think the worst place.
Fuck. I don't know.
It's
The
either
throne room is so bad.
Yes, but to have full blown aggressive sex
On a gazebo.
on a gazebo in the rain.
Also at a wedding. Do they not do it at a wedding too?
Yes,
In the library or something?
That's where
Yeah.
they get caught, and he makes her crawl.
I mean, the crawl to me was crazy. But quite frankly, Twisted Games, I wish they would just fuck in a bed for the love of God.
Why don't any of these people?
Why aren't you
That's
guys
why
fucking in a
Christian's
bed?
my favorite. The first time they have sex is in a bed, in a nice hotel room in Hawaii. Yes, it is.
It's on the beach.
No, he finger fucks her. They don't have sex.
Oh. Yeah, well, I don't. Why are we doing. Keep your hands to yourself.
I vote. The one that stressed me out the most was the throne room, because wide open, you're not being quiet.
Yeah.
Anyone could walk in at any moment. That's stressful as shit. You're a queen.
Oh, I was also really stressed out when they were fucking in her office and her friend was
Yes.
banging at the door.
Yes.
Oh, that was mad
But
stressful.
I was more stressed. I'm going to say the throne is the worst.
Shit, I don't know. All of them were bad.
One. Okay. Next, Twisted,
Twisted Hate.
They have sex in like a dirty
In a
club.
bar.
No, it's like a club. Like a dirty club storage
Closet.
closet.
Yeah.
Yuck. At least he locks the door.
Yeah, but what else is growing in that room?
Yeah, and it's dusty and icky and musty.
Yeah, hell no.
Absolutely not. So that would be the worst one for me. And then the last one, I mean, the beach, I guess, is the worst place they do it.
Finger fucked on the beach is fucking crazy.
Yeah, but they're in Hawaii.
I don't give a fuck where they are.
And Christian is unhinged enough that I genuinely believe if anyone did see them, he would fucking kill them.
Great. I'm not trying to be like, that's just
That's
weird.
like, yeah, it's a drink, like Sex on the Beach. That's a drink. It's so popular. It's a drink.
Yeah, so the Mile High Club is also a thing. I'm not fucking on an
If
airplane.
I had a private plane, yeah.
Hell no.
But
Fuck
also they
no.
fuck on a boat out around other
you're
boats.
Right. Yeah.
And at that one, he like ties her up and everything.
Fuck no. And he puts something around her eyes too, no?
Mm-hmm.
No. No.
I think that's worse than finger fucking on the beach. Because then if something happened, you could just run into the ocean really quick. She's tied. You can't. What are you fucking gonna do? You're on a boat.
Yuck.
Okay. What would be your choice? Definitely not the fall festival.
Oh, the worst out of all of them?
No, your choice of those. Which one would you do if you had to choose one of those four?
Again, if someone put a gun to my head, I'd probably say shoot me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, the throne room, because I want to be a princess.
But how stressful.
I don't care. I want to be a princess.
I would pick the boat in Italy. Because then I'd be in Italy.
Well, yeah, see, but you're also picking your favorite because Christian's your favorite, Reese is my favorite.
And I trust Christian that if he was like, I won't let anyone see you. Fair enough.
Also, with Bridget and Reese, the person who was blackmailing her was literally working for them anyways.
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't really have been that, like, mad stressed about it.
No, I would just be worried about, like, her fucking grandpa coming in. And it's like, who the fuck's in the throne? Oh, my God. And she's
Yeah.
like, one leg up. Like,
Yeah. That's crazy.
I just would trust. I feel like if I was with Christian, somebody like Christian, I could just do whatever. I'd be like, la, 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 la. I'm not worried about anything because he would handle everything. I'd be like, yeah, you want to fuck on this boat? Okay. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not getting tied up on a boat.
I would-
You've got me fucked up. What if the boat sinks? I'm not even a good swimmer when I'm not tied up. I would drown.
If the boat was sinking, he would untie her.
How would he have time to do that if you're panicking because the boat is sinking?
Boats don't sink that
Yes,
quickly.
they do.
No, they
Boats
don't.
do sink.
They sink, but not that quickly. It took the
How do
Titanic.
you know?
It took the Titanic
The
2
Titanic
hours.
was huge.
It took the Titanic 2 hours.
The Titanic was fucking massive, dog.
Also, they were just right off the coast.
I don't give a fuck.
They could swim back.
Hell no. I don't like the ocean. I don't like no.
I would like an Italian Ocean.
No, it's cold. The water's fucking cold in the Mediterranean.
It's pity.
It's cold as shit.
And then he proposes in Italy's. I like Christian. I like that he kills people.
No. No.
Not in real life, but in the book, I genuinely think if a man, gropes you, he should get his hand stabbed. I agree.
No. His hand should be cut off.
I think it should be cut off one finger at a time.
No, whole hand.
And then, because then when you see a man with a nub and no fingers, you'd be like, yeah, he is.
I also think that when men do the thing at you, I think we should cut out
How
their...
did you do that?
I whistled, honey.
Can you whistle?
Yeah.
I can't.
I think that men who do that, I think your tongues should be cut out. I think that, you're speaking disrespectfully towards women? Come here, let me cut the tip of your tongue
Yeah, that's
off.
like Hunger Games shit.
Yeah, I want that to
What
happen.
do they call them? Axolotls?
Oh
Or-
my fucking god.
What are they called?
Oh my fuck, do you know what an axolotl is?
Is that worm thing?
What the fuck are you saying?
With the frillies on it.
Yeah, it's not a worm, but yeah, it's
But
like
don't they use that in Hunger Games for what they call when they cut their tongues out?
I don't know, I didn't read the Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah, but they talk about them in Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, they just don't have tongues.
No, they call them something. An oxel. Axel?
Well, maybe. Could be.
Mayhaps.
I think we should bring back public execution, though. Men don't know how to behave. And I really think that we could solve a lot of issues if, oh, you raped a girl? That's really awesome. Now you get killed in the middle of the square. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we should have, like, men like Christian orchestrate that
yeah.
whole thing.
All right. Well, those are the twisted books.
Yeah, those are the twisted books.
Sorry that
Carrie's-
it's so dark in here because my light
The
turned
light
off.
died. Carrie's crazy and likes Christian. I'm crazy and like race.
Fair enough. Well, that's the Twisted series.
Thanks for coming to Book Club. We'll be back next week.
Hopefully more
We'll be put
organized,
together.
more put together, and it
We'll
won't be
be-
so dark.
Yeah. And that's all for today. See you guys later.
Peace out.
Bye.